Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Pharma Researcher. So this is the video number 4 of Telangana Pharmacist Grade-II exam preparation. The exam which is going to be held on the 30th of November 2024, and this is a new series on our YouTube channel Pharma Researcher, in which we are covering total of 10 units which are mentioned in the syllabus. All the 10 units, there are different subtopics mentioned in each and every unit. So we are covering all the subtopics in the form of MCQs and several explanation, the important information along with the questions. So everything is provided with you in this particular series. So in this series, a total of 3 videos already has been uploaded, and the link of those videos will be given in the description box, as well as you can also check the videos in the new playlist that has been created on our YouTube channel. You can simply go to the channel, and in the playlist section you can find a playlist named Telangana Pharmacist Grade-II exam preparation, in which you will be getting all the relevant videos regarding this particular series. So in today's video, we are going to discuss the unit number 2 remaining topics. So in unit number 2, initial 6 main topics have been covered in the anatomy and physiology. Now the remaining topics like the nervous system, sensory organs, digestive system, endocrine system and reproductive system. These subtopics are remaining in unit 2 that we are going to be covered in this particular video. If you want the PDF of the MCQ questions that are discussed in this particular video, so for PDF you simply go to the description box. There is a link given for the PDF. You can simply click on the link, the PDF will open and you can simply download. Now we can first we can check the syllabus, like what has been completed in this unit and what is remaining. So basically this is a unit number 2, and the video for unit number 2 is part number 2, and this exam is going to be held on the 30th of November 2024. So in this particular unit, the anatomy and physiology of skeletal system, cardiovascular system, hemopoietic system, respiratory system, urinary system and muscular system, these different topics have already been covered. Now in this particular video we are going to cover the central nervous system, autonomic nervous system, sensory organs, digestive system and endocrine system and reproductive system. So these different topics will be covered in this particular video. Then this unit number 2 will be completed. So let's start with the first question, and also after, at the end of this particular video, I will be discussing some important topics that you need to revisit again for the preparation for this particular subject for human anatomy and physiology, because there are around 12 chapters which need to be discussed, and from these 12 chapters only 8 MCQ questions will be possible, like only 8 MCQ questions mostly you can see in the exam. So I'll tell you the different topics from which the MCQ questions has been asked in different exams throughout this year. So from that particular topics you should remember all those topics, so that you will be able to get benefit from that topics, and with the limited information you can help to solve the questions from this particular unit. So let's start with the first question from the central and autonomic nervous system. So the question is, system of the body which coordinates and control its activity is known as. So in this we need to find out the system of the body which control and coordinate the activities of the bodies. So this one is the nervous system. So here option D will be the correct answer. Basically our nervous system is divided into two parts. One is central nervous system and the another is peripheral nervous system. So these are the main two systems in our body under the nervous system. Now coming to the next question. So the question is, which of the following is not a part of peripheral nervous system? So the one which is not a part of peripheral nervous system: cranial nerve, ganglion, spinal nerve. These are the parts of peripheral nervous system, while the spinal cord and brain, along with spinal cord there is also brain, which is a part of central nervous system. So here the correct answer will be option number D, that spinal cord is not a part of peripheral nervous system, rather it is a part of central nervous system. Now coming to the next question. So the question is, what is the biggest part of the brain? So the biggest part of brain is cerebrum. So cerebrum is the biggest part of brain. So this question is quite very important. So you can remember this question. Next question is, which of the following does not act as a neurotransmitter? So there are different examples given. So we need to identify like which of the following is not a neurotransmitter. So first I'll tell you regarding the neurotransmitter. So basically there are four main types of neurotransmitter. There are four main types of neurotransmitter. One is amino acids, amino acid based. Other one is peptides, peptides. Then there are biogenic amines, biogenic amines, and then there is acetylcholine. So these are the different neurotransmitters. So in these subcategories, there are several examples. For example, in amino acid derived category, we can find like there is aspartic acid, aspartic acid, which is a excitatory neurotransmitter. Then in amino acid category, there is glycine, which is a inhibitory, which is inhibitory neurotransmitter. Then there is glutamic acid, glutamic acid, which is again it is a excitatory neurotransmitter. Then there is another under amino acid, which is the GABA, GABA amino benzoic acid. So it is also the inhibitory one. It is the inhibitory neurotransmitter. So these different examples comes under amino acid neurotransmitters. Then the second category that I have shown you is peptides. So under peptides, there is a vasopressin. Vasopressin is a neurotransmitter. Then somatostatin. Then somatostatin is a neurotransmitter. Then neurotensin. Then neurotensin is also a neurotransmitter. So these are the different peptide-based neurotransmitters. Then the third category is biogenic amines. Biogenic amines. In biogenic amines, there is norepinephrine, norepinephrine. There is dopamine. Then there is serotonin. Then there is serotonin. So these are the different biogenic amines based neurotransmitters. Basically, norepinephrine and dopamine, these are the catecholamine derivatives, and the serotonin is the indolamine. Then the last one is acetylcholine. So fourth is acetylcholine. This is also a neurotransmitter. So here if we can see like GABA, GABA is an inhibitory amino acid based neurotransmitter. Acetylcholine is a neurotransmitter. Then cortisone is not a neurotransmitter, and norepinephrine is a catecholamine based biogenic amine neurotransmitter. So here option C will be the correct answer. Then coming to next question. So the question is, shape which separates arachnoid matter and dura matter is. So there are in brain membrane, like if I can say in brain membrane, there are three layers. Okay, so starting with the outer layer, then middle layer, and then the inner layer. So in the outer layer is known as dura mater. Outer layer is dura mater. So these names you need to remember, because many times it has been seen like the question will be asked like which is the middle layer of brain, which is the outer layer of brain. So from this particular point you need to remember these things also. Then the middle layer one is arachnoid matter. Middle layer is arachnoid matter. Then inner layer is pia matter. Okay, is the pia matter. Now there is a space between dura matter and arachnoid matter, which is the outer layer and middle layer. So the between outer layer and middle layer, there is a space which is known as subdural space, which is known as subdural space. And there is a space between arachnoid matter and pia matter, which is the middle and inner layer. So the space between middle and inner layer is known as subarachnoid space. What is this space? This space is subarachnoid space, or we can say cerebrospinal fluid. So here the question is space which separates arachnoid matter and dura matter. So here we can see this is dura matter, this is arachnoid matter. So between dura matter and arachnoid matter, the space is subdural space. So here option C will be the correct answer. Again, if the question is asked like space which separates the arachnoid matter and pia matter, then it will be subarachnoid space or cerebrospinal space. Now we can move to the next question. So the question is, EEG is utilized to diagnose the diseases associated with. So there are two terms. One is EEG, that is the electroencephalogram. It is electroencephalogram, and there is ECG that we have discussed in the cardiovascular system, which is a electrocardiogram. So electrocardiogram is associated with heart, while the EEG, that is electroencephalogram, it is associated with the brain. So here option D will be the correct answer. Next question is, number of spinal nerves pairs in a human is. So the number of spinal pair nerves in human is 31 pairs. So there are total 62 nerves. So basically these are divided among the spinal region. There are 8 cervical nerve pair, 8 cervical nerve pairs. Then there are 12 thoracic nerve pairs. Then there are 5 lumbar nerve pairs, 5 are sacral nerve pairs, and 1 is coccygeal nerve pair. So these are the distribution of these 31 spinal nerve pairs. Now we can move to the next question. So the question is, the middle protective covering layer of brain is. So now it is quite easy for you, like you can easily find out the answer. So the middle protective covering layer is arachnoid matter. So here option C is the correct answer. Now the pia matter is the inner layer and dura matter is the outer layer. Quite easy to identify, like the word I, wherever you find the word I, you can find that is the inner layer, and where you can find the U, that will be the outer layer, and for the largest name will be the biggest, means more alphabet containing name is the middle layer. So like that way you can remember this thing. So again I will repeat, pia matter inner layer indicated by I, then outer layer U indicated by U is the dura matter, and the word which is having the highest number of alphabets, that is the middle layer. So this trick you can use, or if you find any other way, so you can use that way also. Now moving to the next question. So question is, ventricles of brain are lined by. So the ventricles of brain are lined by the ependymocytes. So here option A is the correct answer. So basically the ventricular system of the brain is lined by a special type of cells, and these are the special type of cells which are known as ependymocytes. So basically these are the cuboidal or columnar epithelium cells which are derived from the neuroepithelium. These are derived from the neuroepithelium. And there are one astrocytes. These astrocytes are a subtype of glial cells. These are the astrocytes. These are the types of glial cells that make up the majority of the cells in the human central nervous system. Okay, so talking about this astrocytes, I'll again repeat, these are the glial cells that make up the majority of cells. Okay, majority of the cells in the human central nervous system is made up of these glial cells. Then coming to oligodendrocytes. So oligodendrocytes are simply the myelinating cells of the central nervous system. Then there are podocytes. So podocytes are basically the highly specialized epithelial cells. These are the highly specialized epithelial cells. Which basically cover the outside of the glomerular capillary. These are covering the outside of the glomerular capillaries. Now we can move to the next question. So the question is, this part of the human brain is also known as the emotional brain. So the emotional brain is simply the limbic system. Limbic system is a part of human brain which is known as emotional brain. So here option B is correct. Next question is, neurons are aided by following glial cells except. So aid means help. So neurons are helped by the following glial cells. Okay, so which cells are not used in the helping of neurons? Because the question is asked for except. So here you can see the epidermal cells, lymphocytes, oligodendrocytes, astrocytes. So here lymphocytes are not used for the aiding or helping the neurons. So here option B will be the correct answer. Now we can think like what other cells are do. So basically there are glial cells which are a group of astrocytes. So glial cells basically supports the neurons and maintain their environment. So they basically maintain, support neurons and maintain their environment. So basically those glial cells, these are of the central nervous system. These include these different things: oligodendrocytes, astrocytes, epididymal, and also microglial cells. So here the correct answer will be option number B. Next question is, the neuron cell is made up of which of the following parts? So the neuron cell is made up of axon, dendrite, nucleus. These all are the parts of neuron cell. So here option D, all of the above will be the correct answer. Then next question is, which of the following is not a brain stem? So we need to identify which is not a brain stem. So midbrain, medulla oblongata, pons varolii, cerebrum of forebrain. So cerebrum of forebrain is not a brain stem. So basically forebrain is the largest part in the brain, which is divided into three parts. These three parts are cerebrum, thalamus, and hypothalamus. Then coming to the next question. So the next question is, which of the following structures is a part of rhombencephalon? So the structure which is a part of rhombencephalon is medulla. So because the rhombencephalon, what is rhombencephalon? So rhombencephalon is basically the hindbrain, which includes medulla, pons, and cerebellum. So these are the different parts which includes in the rhombencephalon. Then moving to the next question. So the question is, the midbrain is also known as. So basically human brain is divided into, if I'll talk about human brain. So human brain is divided into three parts. It is divided into three parts. One is forebrain, the second one is midbrain, and the third one is hindbrain. So the midbrain is known as mesencephalon. What is midbrain? Midbrain is mesencephalon. So here option C is correct. If I'll talk about forebrain, so forebrain is prosencephalon. Forebrain is prosencephalon. I'll write the spelling. And the hindbrain is rhombencephalon. So this we have already discussed in the previous question, like hindbrain is also known as rhombencephalon. The other is forebrain. So forebrain is prosencephalon. Prosencephalon. So this is the other name for forebrain. So these all three parts you can remember the main name and the other name. Then moving to the next question. So the question is, which of the following cranial nerve of men is both sensory and motor? So basically there are total 12 cranial nerves. And some of them are sensory type, some of them are motor type, and some of them are both sensory as well as motor type. In this sensory cranial nerves, you need to know the 12 names, either 12 names and the type of response, like either it is a sensory or motor, or it is both sensory and motor. So let us discuss like one by one which one is the sensory, which one is motor, and what are the different names. So starting with the first, the cranial nerve 1. Cranial nerve 1 is olfactory. Cranial nerve 1 is olfactory and it is a sensory type. Second one is optic nerve. Second one is optic. You can write these things in your copy so that it will be easy for you to remember. Then the second cranial nerve is optic, and this is also the sensory one. The third cranial nerve is oculomotor. It is the oculomotor, and this oculomotor is motor type. It is a motor type. Then the fourth cranial nerve is trochlear. Fourth cranial nerve is trochlear, and it is also the motor type. Then the fifth cranial nerve is trigeminal. Fifth cranial nerve is trigeminal, and it is both sensory as well as motor type. Then coming to the sixth cranial nerve, which is the abducens. It is the abducens, and these are the motor type. This is a motor type cranial nerve. Then coming to the seventh cranial nerve. Seventh cranial nerve is facial cranial nerve, and this is also the both motor as well as sensory type. Then the eighth one is vestibulocochlear. Vestibulocochlear. So vestibulocochlear is the sensory type. Then the ninth cranial nerve is glossopharyngeal. Is glossopharyngeal. Glossopharyngeal, which is again both sensory as well as motor type. Then the 10th cranial nerve is vagus, which is again both sensory as well as motor type. Then there is 11th one, which is the accessory, and it is the motor type. Then there is the 12th cranial nerve, which is hypoglossal. It is a hypoglossal. So here the question is, which of the following cranial nerve is both sensory as well as motor? So here both sensory and motor will be trigeminal. So here option C will be the correct answer. And in order to remember these things, these 12 pairs of cranial nerve, there is a trick, which is on occasion, our trusty truck our trusty truck acts funny, very good vehicle, any. Okay, so the first alphabets you can remember, or either way you can simply remember in the way triple O, TT, AF, VG, VAH. So in that way, like either remembering the whole sentence, you can simply remember in this way, like triple O, TT, AF, BG, VAH. So like that way, or you, if you have any other trick, so you can remember in that way also. The next question is, what is the biggest part of brain? So this question we have already discussed. This is the cerebrum. So option C is correct. Next question is, how many cranial nerves are present? So there are total 12 pairs of cranial nerves. This is quite easy now. So option A is correct. Next question is, what is the other name of parasympathetic division? So the other name of parasympathetic division is craniosacral outflow. So here option C is the correct answer. Now there are other divisions, like if I'll talk about the sympathetic ganglia. So it is a thoracolumnar outflow. It is thoracolumnar outflow. If I'll talk about the parasympathetic ganglion, So it will be the sacral outflow is also there. So there are different types of subdivisions. So you can simply remember two. If the parasympathetic ganglion is there, then it will be craniosacral outflow. Okay, because there is both. For parasympathetic ganglion, there is also the cranial outflow and the sacral outflow. But for sympathetic ganglia, it will be thoracolumnar columbar outflow. Moving to the next question. Question is nasal granules occurs in. So nasal granules basically occurs in the nerve cells. So here option C will be the correct answer. Next question is name the part of brain function as endocrine gland. So hypothalamus is a part of brain which acts as an endocrine gland. So here option A is the correct answer. Next question is the cranial nerve that regulates the smell. So the cranial nerve is olfactory nerve which regulates the smell, and if you can see which is the olfactory nerve, so it is the cranial nerve number 1. Now moving to the next question. Question is which of the following is another name for the third ventricle of the brain? So the third ventricle of the brain is diacoil. Diacoil is the third ventricle of the brain. So here option A will be the correct answer. Then paracoil. Paracoil is the name of the first and the second ventricles of the cerebral hemispheres. These are the names of the first and second ventricle of the cerebral hemisphere or brain. Then if I'll talk about the rhinocoil, so rhinocoil is simply the olfactory lobe ventricle, olfactory lobe ventricle, which is in the rabbit's brain. It is in the rabbit's brain. So in the rabbit's brain, the olfactory lobe ventricle is known as the rhinocoil. And metacoil is the fourth ventricle. Then moving to the next question. So the question is junction between dendrites and axon is known as. So the basically in the neuron, in neuron structure you can find out the dendrites and axon. So there is a small junction between these two structures. So this junction is known as synapse. So here option B will be the correct answer. Next question is outer tissue of spinal cord is. So the outer tissue of spinal cord is white matter. So here option A is correct. So here there is a very important point that you need to remember. You need to remember this part. If it is asked for spinal cord, then the outer tissue will be white matter and the inner tissue will be gray matter. What if this question is changed, like they will ask outer tissue of the brain instead of spinal cord, then the answer will be opposite. For example, if I'll talk about brain, so in brain the outer tissue is gray matter, outer tissue is gray matter, while the inner tissue is white matter. While in spinal cord the outer tissue is white matter and the inner tissue is gray matter. This is inner tissue and this is the outer tissue. So this is the basic difference. You can remember only for one and the opposite will be for the other part. Like if you want to remember for spinal cord, then you can remember like in spinal cord outer tissue is white and in inner tissue is gray. Then the opposite will be for brain. So in that way you can remember. Then moving to the next question. So the question is which part of CNS control reflex action? So the part of central nervous system which controls the reflex action is spinal cord. So here option C is correct. Next question is which component of the central nervous system is responsible for processing sensory information and higher order thinking? So the part of central nervous system which is responsible for processing sensory information, whatever sensory information is there, and in order for in higher order thinking, so the part which is responsible for these functions is cerebrum. So here option C will be the correct answer. Apart from cerebrum, if I'll talk about cerebellum, So cerebellum is basically involved in voluntary movements. It is involved in voluntary movements. It is involved in maintaining the balance, posture, and speech. So these are the different functions for cerebellum, which is another part of brain. Then the other part, that is the brainstem. So brainstem is basically also known as medulla, and it connects the brain to the spinal cord. It connects the brain to the spinal cord, and it controls the involuntary functions. It basically controls the involuntary functions, which are like breathing. Okay, for example, breathing function. These type of functions are controlled by brainstem, that is the medulla. Now coming to next question. So the question is, which is the outermost cranial appendage? So the outermost cranial appendage is dura mater. So here option A will be the correct answer. Like there are three layers, as we have already discussed. For with dura, with U as the second word, it is the outermost. Pia with I as the second letter is the inner one, and the arachnoid with the largest alphabet in the word, it is the middle one. Then next question is, what connects two hemispheres of the brain? So the two hemispheres of brains are connected by corpus callosum. So here option C will be the correct answer. Next question is, which of the following is a part of the nervous system? So nephron is the, sorry, not nephron, it is neuron. Neuron is the part of nervous system. So here option C will be the correct answer. Then this particular topic is completed, which is the central nervous system and autonomic nervous system. So important topics are already covered. So in addition, you can simply check out other videos from different sources where there is a detailed explanation of the central and autonomic nervous system in order to gain more information regarding these topics. Now we can move to our next topic, which is the sense organs. So in sense organs, the first question is, cochlea is a part of. So cochlea is basically the part of the ear. So in ear there are three. It is divided into three parts: outer ear, middle ear, and inner ear. So in these different parts, there are different subparts also. So this cochlea is a part of the inner ear. So here option A will be the correct answer. Apart from cochlea, there is auditory nerve. This cochlea, what is this cochlea? So this cochlea simply changes the vibration of sound into nervous impulses. Okay, so vibration, it will receive some vibration, and it simply change these vibrations into nervous impulses. Now what this auditory nerve will do? So this auditory nerve simply transfer the nerve impulses. It will receive these nerve impulses and it will transfer to the brain. Next part is middle ear. So in middle ear there are different parts like eardrum, ossicles, and oval windows. So in eardrum, it what it does, it vibrates and passes the vibration to the ossicle. Okay, it receives some vibration. It not receive, it vibrates. Eardrum will vibrate and it passes the vibration to the ossicle, which is the another part in the middle ear. Now what these ossicles will do? These ossicles will amplify, these simply amplifies the vibration of sound, and then after amplification they can pass it to the oval window. Then these oval windows transfer the vibrations of sound to the cochlea, which is the part of the inner ear. Then moving to the third part, which is the outer ear. So in a outer ear there is ear pinna and ear canal. Now, what is the function of these ear pinna and ear canal? So, ear pinna, it simply collects the sound waves into the ear canal. Now, what the function of ear canal? So, ear canal simply directs sound wave to the eardrum. Okay, so now if you can see the proper thing from the outer to middle to inner ear. Okay, so you can simply check out the flow, like how the air is moving throughout the different parts of the ear. So the first part is ear pinna. Okay, I'm writing it simply here. Ear pinna. So it will simply collection work is of ear pinna. Then the other part of outer ear is ear canal. So the ear canal work is to direct sound wave which is received from the ear pinna, which is collected by the ear pinna, and it will direct the sound wave to the eardrum. Now this eardrum is the part of the middle brain. What this eardrum will do? This eardrum will vibrate and passes the vibration to the ossicles. It will passes the vibration to the ossicles. These ossicles are the part of middle brain only. Now these ossicles will amplifies, these simply amplifies the vibration of sound, and they can pass it to the oval window. So the writing is not very much clear, so you need to listen the things properly. So after eardrum, these will vibrate and passes the vibration to the ossicle. These ossicles will amplify the vibration and then they will pass it to the oval window. Oval window. Now these oval windows are again part of the middle brain. Now these oval windows transfer the vibration of sound to the cochlea. They will transfer the sound to the cochlea. Now this cochlea is a part of the inner brain. Inner ear. Now these cochlea will changes the vibration. Now it has received vibrations from oval window. Now the function of cochlea is to change these vibration into nerve impulses. Then there is another part which is auditory nerve. Now auditory nerve is also the part of the inner ear. It simply transfer the nerve impulses to the brain. Now this brain will interpret the nerve impulses as sound. So this is the whole process of listening and how the audio will be goes to the brain through the ear. So from this particular explanation, you need to know, you will be able to know the different parts of inner ear, middle ear, outer ear, and the function of each and every part. Now we can move to the next question. So the question is, color perception in man is due to. So the color perception in man is basically due to iodopsin present in cone cells. So here option B will be the correct answer. Next question is, innermost layer of human eye is. So the innermost layer of human eye is retina. If I'll talk about the outermost fibrous layers, outermost layer of the eye, so these will be sclera and cornea. These are the outermost layer. Then if I'll talk about the middle layers, so the middle layers will be choroid, ciliary body, and iris. So these are the different parts, and the innermost layer is retina. So in eye also you need to know like which is the innermost, which is the outermost, and which is the middle layer. Most important in these layers are the functions of these parts, so that we can discuss in the later questions. Next, moving to the next question. Question is, color blindness is due to defect in. So color defect is basically due to defect in cones part. So here option A is correct. Next question is, the receptors which are sensitive to taste and smell are called. So those receptors which are sensitive to taste and smell are known as chemoreceptors. So here option C is the correct answer. Next question is, lacrimal glands produce. So basically lacrimal glands will produce tears. So here option A is correct. Next question is, tears contain an antibacterial enzyme known as. So the antibacterial enzyme in tears is lysozyme. So option C is correct. Next question is sebaceous glands are. So sebaceous glands are basically holocrine glands. So here option C will be the correct answer. Next question is largest organ in the body. So the largest organ, if they are talking about organ, then the largest organ will be the skin. So here option B will be the correct answer. If largest gland they are asking about, then it will be the liver. Next question is name the part of the eye which is involved in focusing light on the retina. So the part of eye which is involved in focusing light on the retina is basically cornea. So here option C will be the correct answer. Now we can discuss the different functions of the different parts of eye. So first we can start with the iris. Iris. So iris is the colored part of eye. It is a colored part of eye and it controls the light entering. Okay. So how much light will enter, that will be controlled by the iris. So the here you need to know the two important things. Colored part is iris and the it controls the light entering. Then there is cornea. So cornea is basically it allows the passage of light into the eye. It allows the passage of light. It allows the passage of light into eye and it also focusing light on the retina. It also focusing light on the retina. That is our question here. Then there is one part, pupil. So pupil is simply the black hole in the iris. It is a black hole in the iris and the pupil size is controlled by the iris muscles. Then after pupil there are lenses. There are lens in the eye. So the lens of the eyeball is, they are crystalline in nature. If you need to know the nature of the lenses, so these are the crystalline in nature. They are situated just behind the pupil, situated behind pupil, and these are basically biconvex. Biconvex lenses are there. So this term is important, like which type of lenses are present in our eye. So these are the biconvex lenses. Also they are transparent and elastic in structure. Then there is a part which is sclera. So sclera is responsible to support eye wall. It support the eye wall and it provide attachment. It also provides the attachment for muscles. Then there is a part known as retina. So retina, what is the function of retina? So retina simply converts, it basically converts light waves. It converts light waves to electrical signal. It converts light waves to electrical signals and the image is formed on the retina. This is very important. Like where the image is formed on the retina part. Now there is optic nerve also. Optic nerve, which is a cranial nerve number 2. So optic nerve is basically it transmits the electrical signal. It transmits electrical signals from retina to the brain. Then the next part is ciliary muscles. So the ciliary muscle, in this there are ciliary bodies which produces a fluid. It produces a fluid in the eye, which this fluid is known as aqueous humor. Aqueous humor means basically the eye is looking as a wet due to these ciliary fluids. Then moving to the next question. Question is which of the following parts of the human body contains gustatory receptors? So the gustatory receptors are present in the tongue. So here option C is the correct answer. Next question is aqueous and vitreous humors are divided by. So aqueous and vitreous humors, these are divided by the lenses. So option A is correct. Next question is the ciliary body is part of which of these structures? So the ciliary body, it is a part of choroids. So here option A is the correct answer. Next question is retina is made up of which type of cells? So the retina is made up of both rod and cone cells. So here option C is correct. Next question is where is the oval window located? So the oval window is located in the cochlea. So here option A will be the correct answer. So basically, as we have seen, like like ear is divided into three parts: outer, middle, and inner ear. So the oval window is a portion of the cochlea where is located in the which is located in the inner ear, and it is attached to the this oval window is attached to the stapes bone, which is the smallest bone in the body in the middle ear. Then next question is sense of smell is perceived by. So the sense of smell is perceived by olfactory lobe. So option C is correct. Next question is complete loss of smell are called as. So complete loss of smell is known as anosmia. So here option A is correct. If I'll talk about hyposmia, so hyposmia is simply the reduced ability. It means it is the reduced ability to recognize and detect the any odor. Means our ability will be reduced to detect the or to recognize the smell or odor. If it is hyperosmia, so hyperosmia is the increased or exaggerated olfactory sensation. Means if our power to smell the things will be increased, then that condition is known as hyperosmia. Next question is which of the following is not the function of skin? So here, which is not the function of skin? So calcium production, protection, excretion of waste, and temperature regulation. So these three: protection, excretion, and temperature regulation, these are the functions of skin. What calcium production is not one of the function of skin. So option A is correct. Next question is which of the following layer of epidermis is also known as stratum germinativum? So stratum germinativum is the layer which is known as stratum basale. So here option D will be the correct answer. So in basically in epidermis there are a total of 5 layers. How many layers are there? There are a total of 5 layers. The first layer, that is stratum basale. This is the first layer, which is also known as stratum germinativum. So it is the deepest portion of the epidermis. Then there is other layer. Second layer is stratum spinosum. This is the second layer. Then there is a third layer, that is granulosum, stratum granulosum. Then the fourth layer is stratum lucidum. And then there is a fifth layer, which is stratum corneum. Stratum corneum, which is the most superficial portion of the epidermis, the outer part. Then moving to the next question. Question is which of the following cells are responsible for skin color? So for skin color, melanocytes are responsible. So option A is correct. Next question is which taste bud is present on the lateral sides of the tongue? So the taste buds which are present on the lateral side of tongue is sour. So here option D is the correct answer. Now I'll show you a diagram. So if you can see, like if this is the tongue, okay, if this is the tongue, so this later part will be the bitter one. This will give us the bitter taste. These side portions will be providing you the sour taste. These outer inner portions will provide you the salty taste, and the front portion will be giving you the sweet taste. So this is the basic division, like where you will find the which type of taste will be observed at which portion of the tongue. So here you can find. Then moving to the next question. So the question is in which part of an eye a pigment is present which is responsible for brown, blue, or black eyes? So this one is the iris part. So here option C is correct. All the functions we have already discussed, so you can revise those once again. Now we can move to next question. Question is complete loss of taste sensation is known as. So complete loss of taste sensation is ageusia. So here option B is correct. If I'll talk about So hypogeusia means hypo is the term for decrease, hyper is the term for increase. So hypo means it is a decrease in the taste sensation. Then there is a term taste blindness. Taste blindness. So taste blindness is simply a rare genetic disorder in which there is a ability to recognize substances by taste is lost. Okay. Then there is a term dysgeusia. So dysgeusia is simply the disturbances in the taste sensation. Like sometimes our system is not that correct and we are not able to get the correct taste of the particular thing, particular food item. So that condition is simply the disturbances in the taste sensation. After some time we will be restore those taste sensations. Now moving to next question. Question is the impulse of sound is conducted to the brain by. So the impulse of sound conducted to the brain by the olfactory nerve. So option B is correct. Not olfactory, it is auditory nerve. Sorry. Then next question is which organ in the human body helps to maintain balance? So the organ in the human body which helps to maintain balance is ear. So this question is also asked in previous exams, so this is also very important. Now next question is where is the image of an object formed in the human eye? So the image formed in the human eye on the retina. So option C is correct. Next question is which of the following cranial nerve of men is both sensory and motor? So I think this is also the similar question. So this is the trigeminal cranial nerve, which is the cranial nerve number 5. Now next question is skin remains soft by supply of sebum that secreted by. So there is some sebum type of material that is uh, present on the skin, and our skin will remain soft through that, and this sebum is secreted by the sebaceous glands present in our skin. So here option B will be the correct answer. So these sebaceous glands are the simply the microscopic glands only, and they are found in our hair follicles. Then next question is name the part of eye which is involved in focusing light on the retina. So the part which is involved in focusing light on retina is cornea. So here option C is correct. Next question is in the human ear, the membrane which vibrates and helps in hearing is. So the membrane which vibrates and helps in hearing, that is the eardrum. So here option A will be the correct answer. So with this particular question, we are done with our sensory organs. So mostly we have taken the nose, skin, tongue, eyes, ears. So all these sensory organs are covered. So sometimes this can be asked like how many sensory nerves are there? Sensory organs are there. So there are 5 sensory organs. You can name these. Like first we can think. So first one is the skin. Then we can move to our head portion. So moving downward, we can see the eyes, then we can see the nose, then we can see in mouth there is tongue, and then we will move sidewise, so are ears. So these are the 5 different sensory organs. So in some state level examinations this question has also been asked. Now we can move to the next topic, that is a digestive system. So in digestive system, the first question is secretin and cholecystokinin are secreted in. So these are the enzymes that are enzymes hormones secreted in the duodenum. So here option C is the correct answer. Next question is which of the following hydrolytic enzymes act in low pH? So the hydrolytic enzymes that act in low pH are proteases. So here option D is correct. Then there are amylases. So it is a starch digesting enzyme. It is a starch digesting enzyme. Then there are peroxidases. So peroxidases are iron containing enzymes. These are the iron containing enzymes, mostly found in the plants, but also present in leukocytes and milk also. And they catalyze the dehydrogenation of various substances in the presence of hydrogen peroxide. Then there are hydrolases. So hydrolases are the hydrolytic enzymes. These are also the hydrolytic enzymes which catalyzes hydrolysis reaction by including water. They include the water to break down the bond. In order to break down the bond, they include the water and hydrolyze it. So hydrolytic enzymes are both hydrolases as well as proteases. But the question is which act at low pH? So that is the proteases. Next question is which of the following is synthesized and stored in the liver cells? So this is glycogen. It is synthesized and stored in the liver cells. So option C is correct. Next question is where does the digestion of carbohydrates, fat and protein take place? So the digestion of carbohydrate, fat and protein takes place in the small intestine. So here option B will be the correct answer. Next question is which of the following enzymes are found in saliva? So the enzymes that are found in the saliva are ptyalin. So here option C will be the correct answer. Next question is which digestive enzyme is produced in the salivary glands and the pancreas? So the digestive enzyme which is produced in both salivary gland as well as pancreas is amylase. So here option B will be the correct answer. So amylase, it basically helps in breakdown of starch into sugar. Then if I'll talk about ptyalin, so these ptyalin and lysozyme enzymes, these are found in saliva. Then there is pepsin. Pepsin is a stomach enzyme. It is a stomach enzyme. It serves to digest the proteins that are found in the ingested food. Then there is lipase enzyme. So it is an enzyme which our body uses to break down the fats. The next question is the policeman of the abdomen is. So the policeman of abdomen is greater omentum. So here option B is correct. Next question is bile is produced in. So bile is produced in the liver. So here option A is correct. Next question is the major contributor to the blood supply of liver is. So the major contributor of blood supply of liver, it will be the portal vein. So here option C is correct. Next question is gallbladder is located in. So the location for gallbladder is right lumbar region. So here option B will be the correct answer. So basically our system is divided into different regions. So if I'll make like if this is our stomach, if this is the stomach and these are the intestine portions, so this portion will be divided. So we can divide this portion into different parts. For example, from here I will be applying a line. Then in the stomach part from here, so and this part and this part. So if I'll giving the name, so this part is the right hypochondriac region. It is the right hypochondriac region. So this question is also important because for gallbladder location, this question has been asked in 2 to 3 different exams. So that's why I'm explaining these reasons. So the right chondriac region, then just simply I'll make like this. So this is the right hypochondriac region. This is the epigastric region. This is the left hypochondriac region. This is the right lumbar region. This is the umbilical region. This is the left lumbar region. Then this is the right iliac region. This is the hypogastric region, and this is the left iliac region. So these are the different reasons. Now I'll be telling you like which organs are in these particular regions. So in the right hypochondriac region there are there is liver, there is gallbladder, there is a right kidney is in this portion, right kidney. Then there is small intestine. There is small intestine. Then in the epigastric region, you can write it in your copy. So in epigastric region, there is a part of stomach, there is a part of liver, there is a part of pancreas, then there is a part of duodenum, then there is a part of spleen is also there, then there are part of adrenal glands. Then in the left hypochondriac region, there is spleen, there is colon, there is left kidney is here, and the right kidney is in the right hypochondriac region. Then there is pancreas part is also in the left chondriac region. Then in the right lumbar region, there is gallbladder. In right lumbar region, there is gallbladder, there is liver, there is right colon. So if you can see, the gallbladder is in the right lumbar region also and in the right hypochondriac region. So you need to choose the answer as per the question and options. Then in the umbilical region, there is umbilicus, there are parts of small intestine, small intestine, then there are parts of duodenum. Then in the left lumbar region, there is descending colon and left kidney is there. Then in the right iliac region, there is appendix. Appendix is in the right iliac region. There is cecum. In hypogastric region, there is urinary bladder. There is sigmoid colon. There is female reproductive organs. In the left iliac region, there is descending colon and sigmoid colon. So these are different locations you need to remember. So main organs you can remember in these, like the liver, the gallbladder, like for kidneys you will be easy to these are easy to remember. For pancreas you can remember, and the urinary bladder. So these are the different things. Mostly I have seen this question in 2 to 3 exams, so mostly it is based on the gallbladder. So this you have to remember both the reason, right lumbar as well as right hypochondriac region. Now next question is, which of the following is not a part of liver function test? So for liver function test, mean corpuscular volume, it is not a part of liver function test. So option D is correct. If I talk about GGT is gamma glutamyl transferase. Then there is SGOT, that is the serum glutamic oxaloacetic transaminase. It is serum glutamic oxaloacetic transaminase. Then there is SGPT. SGPT is serum glutamic pyruvic transaminases. So these are the different liver function tests. Apart from this, there is alanine transaminase test is also there. There is prothrombin time test is there, which is serum bilirubin. There is the international normalization ratio test is also there, and total protein and albumin. These are the different liver function tests. The next question is, which juice secreted by the organs in the alimentary canal plays an important role in the digestion of fat? So these juices are bile juice and pancreatic juice. So here option C will be the correct answer. Next question is, saliva helps in digestion of. So saliva helps in digestion of starch. So here option A is correct. Next question is, what is the role of mucus secreted by the stomach? So the role of mucus secreted by stomach is to protect the lining of the stomach. So here option A will be the correct answer. Next question is, which is the longest organ of digestive system in human body? So the longest organ of digestive system in human body is small intestine. So here option B is the correct answer. Next question is, which of the following enzyme in the human body starts the digestion of proteins? So this enzyme is pepsin. It starts the digestion of proteins. Next question is, which one of the following glands is responsible for producing insulin, the main hormone in the body responsible for sugar metabolism? So this is the pancreas, and in this, the beta cells of pancreas are responsible for the production of insulin. Next question is, the food that enters the intestine from stomach is called. So the food that enters the intestine from stomach is known as chyme. So here option A is correct. So simply first the food is bolus, which is when the saliva is mixed with food. When saliva plus food is bolus. In the stomach, when the HCl is mixed with this, you can say bolus or you can say food simply. So it will become chyme. Then when the intestinal juices are mixed with chyme, it will become chyle. Then we can move to next question. So the question is, which part of large intestine stores the temporary faces? The temporary faces is stored in a rectum of the large intestine. So here option C is correct. Next question is, complete digestion of food occurs in. So the complete digestion occurs in the ileum part, which is the part of small intestine. So basically there are three parts. First is duodenum, then there is jejunum, and then there is ileum. So duodenum is the first part, then the jejunum is the second, and then the ileum part. So this is the correct order. So ileum is the last part of the small intestine where the complete digestion of food occurs. Next question is, the portions of the small intestine in anatomical order would be. So this I have already discussed. This is duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. So here option D is correct. Next question is, layers of gallbladder is. So the layers of gallbladder, again there are three layers: the outer layer, middle layer, and the inner layer. The outer layer is serosa, middle layer is muscularis, and the inner layer is mucosa. So here option D, all of the above will be the correct answer. Next question is, Kupffer cells are found in. So Kupffer cells are basically found in the liver. So here option A is correct. Next question is, renin enzyme is produced in. So renin enzyme is produced in the kidney. So here option C is correct. Next question is, cells that secrete hydrochloric acid in the stomach are called. So these cells are known as parietal cells. They basically secrete the hydrochloric acid in the stomach, which helps in the digestion. So here option D is correct. Next question is, in adults, incisor make up the majority of the teeth. Total number of incisor is. So in adult there are 32 permanent teeth, including 8 incisors, 4 canines, 8 premolars, and 12 are molars. So in adults, incisors make up incisors are total 8 in number. So here option D will be the correct answer. Next question is, HCl provides the acidic pH which is about. So the pH of HCl is 1.8, highly acidic. So here option A is correct. Next question is, mastication of food is carried out by. So mastication of food means simply the breakdown of food. It is done by the teeth. So here option B is correct. And also there is an important point regarding enamel. So the enamel is the hardest part in the body or in the digestive system, which is the enamel which make up the teeth part. Next question is the sphincter of Oddi is present between hepatopancreatic duct and duodenum. So here option D will be the correct answer. Next question is shape of stomach is, so the shape of stomach is J shaped. So here option B is correct. Then there is a duodenum also. So the shape of duodenum is C shaped. Duodenum is C shaped. So this is important also. So with this question, our digestive system portion is also completed. Now we can move to our next topic, that is the endocrine system. Very important topic. You can mostly see the question from this particular topic. So starting with the first question, the question is chemical messengers secreted by ductless glands are called. So the chemicals which are secreted by ductless glands are known as hormones. So here option D is the correct answer. Next question is select the mismatched pair. So we need to find the mismatched pair. So options, we can see the option thyroxine, thyroid gland, testosterone, testis, estrogen, ovary, adrenaline, pituitary. So here basically there is a hormone, and from which gland it is secreted, this is given. So first is thyroxine. So thyroxine is secreted by the thyroid gland. It is absolutely correct. Then there is testosterone. So testosterone is secreted by the testis. It is also correct. Estrogen is secreted by ovary. It is also correct. And then the adrenaline by pituitary gland. Adrenaline is secreted by the adrenal glands. It is secreted by the adrenal glands, not by the pituitary gland. So here the mismatched pair will be the option number D. Adrenaline is mismatched with pituitary. Now if I'll simply talk about the pituitary, so pituitary gland, in pituitary gland there are different hormones that are secreted by pituitary gland. For example, growth hormones, there are thyroid stimulating hormone, there is luteinizing hormone, there is follicle stimulating hormone, there is prolactin, there is adrenocorticotropic hormone. So these all the hormones are produced by the pituitary gland, and if I'll talk about the part of pituitary, it is secreted by the anterior pituitary. This is very important because many a times this question has been asked, like which hormone is secreted by anterior pituitary and which is secreted by the posterior pituitary, sorry. So these are the produced by anterior pituitary. In pituitary, if I'll talk about the posterior pituitary, then it will be the antidiuretic hormone, oxytocin. So these are the hormones which are secreted by the posterior pituitary. Now we can move to the next question, and we can discuss the other hormones in the next questions. So the question is which of these glands are not endocrine in nature? So the glands which are not endocrine in nature is pineal glands. So here option D will be the correct answer. So basically the pineal glands is an endocrine gland. It is an endocrine gland which is located in the posterior part of the cranial fossa, which is a part of the brain. So if I'll talk about the exocrine glands, so exocrine glands are basically glands that pour its secretion on the surface or into a particular region. Okay, so these exocrine glands are the glands with ducts, and examples are sebaceous gland, sweat glands, salivary glands, and also the intestinal glands. Moving to next question. Question is which of the following is heterocrine gland? Heterocrine gland is the pancreas. So here option D is correct. So heterocrine glands are basically the mixed glands. These are the mixed glands which are having both exocrine and endocrine regions. So this is a simple definition. Next question is what is the precursor of steroid hormone? So the precursor of steroid hormone is cholesterol. So option B is correct. Next question is secretion of testosterone by Leydig cells is stimulated by. So in this question, you need to remember the 2 points. Like the secretion of testosterone is done by Leydig cells. This is a separate question. And this secretion is stimulated by LH. LH is luteinizing hormone, which is secreted by the anterior pituitary gland. Next question is, in mammary glands, milk secretion occurs due to. So in mammary glands, the milk secretion is occurs due to prolactin, which is again the hormone of anterior pituitary gland. Next question is, a hormone secreted by the anterior lobe of pituitary gland is. So anterior lobe, this is the growth hormone. So here option C is the correct answer. So now here we can find out, like we have already discussed, like which hormones are secreted by anterior pituitary and which are secreted by posterior pituitary. So these are quite simple things. Next question is, thyroid stimulating hormone is secreted by. So thyroid stimulating hormone, it is secreted by the anterior pituitary. So here option A is the correct answer. The next question is, melatonin is secreted by. So melatonin is secreted by the pineal gland. So option B is correct. Next question is, which of the following is protein hormone? So the protein hormone is insulin, in which there are 51 amino acids separated into chains A and B chains. Next question is, what is the function of somatostatin? So the function of somatostatin is to inhibit the growth hormone release. It is the growth hormone release inhibitor, somatostatin. Next question is, what is the pars distalis also known as? So the pars distalis also known as anterior pituitary. So here option A will be the correct answer. So basically the pituitary gland is anatomically divided into adenohypophysis. It is divided into adenohypophysis, which is the anterior pituitary, and the other is neurohypophysis, which is the posterior pituitary. Now the adenohypophysis, which is anterior pituitary, it is divided into two parts. This is divided into two parts. One is pars distalis and the other is pars intermedia. So pars distalis is known as anterior pituitary. Next question is, where is vasopressin synthesized? So the vasopressin is synthesized in the hypothalamus. So here option D is correct. Although the posterior pituitary gland or pars nervosa, these secrete vasopressin or antidiuretic hormone, what the synthesis is done in the hypothalamus. Next question is, luteal phase is also known as. So this is the phase of the menstrual cycle. So it is a phase of menstrual cycle. So in menstrual cycle there are a total of four phases. This menstrual cycle run for 28 days. So the four phases are, first phase is menstrual phase. In this menstrual phase, this will go for around 3 to 5 days are for menstrual phase. Then there is the second phase, which is the follicular phase or proliferative phase. This is the second phase, follicular phase or proliferative phase, and this is run for the 6th to 13th days. Then there is the ovulatory phase, which is the third phase, which held on the 14th day of the menstrual cycle. And then there is the luteal phase, which is known as the secretory phase, which run for 15 to 28 days. So this is the stage wise days distribution for the menstrual cycle. And for other names, you need to remember these two phases. Secretory phase is known as luteal phase, and proliferative phase is known as follicular phase. Then next question is, which of the following hormone is responsible for ovulation? So the hormone which is responsible for ovulation is luteinizing hormone. So here option A is the correct answer. Next question is deficiency of vasopressin causes. So the deficiency of vasopressin will cause diabetes insipidus. So here option D is the correct answer. So this is basically diabetes insipidus is basically in this the removal or deficiency of the antidiuretic hormone. It will cause the overproduction. It will cause the overproduction of urine, which will leading to diabetes insipidus. Next question is identify the phase of menstrual cycle where luteinizing hormone and follicular stimulating hormone attain the peak level. So as I have already discussed, like there are 4 phases in menstrual cycle. The first phase is menstrual phase. In this phase, what happens? The endometrium, there is endometrium. This endometrium will break down. This endometrium will break down, and the menstruation will start. The menstruation will start, and the cells of endometrium secretions, blood, and unfertilized ovum. What the different things are? Cells of endometrium, the different secretions, the blood, and the unfertilized ovum. These constitute the menstrual flow. And progesterone production is decreased. What? Progesterone hormone production is decreased. This These different events are done in the menstrual phase. Then the second phase is follicular phase, which is also known as proliferative phase. In this, the endometrium rebuilds. It will start rebuilding. The follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone secretion increases, which stimulate the follicular development as well as the secretion of estrogen. This different events are in the follicular phase. Then the third phase is their ovulatory phase. In this particular phase, the luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone, these attain the peak level, and the ovulation will happens in this phase. Then there is luteal phase. In this luteal phase, the corpus luteum part, it secrete progesterone. Okay, the progesterone secretion will start, and the endometrium will become thick. The endometrium will become thick, and uterine glands become secretory. So these events are done in the luteal or secretory phase. So as per our question, the correct answer will be ovulatory phase. Option C is correct. Next question is all of the following are hormones of the anterior pituitary except. So human growth hormone, follicle stimulating hormone, oxytocin is for posterior pituitary, thyroid stimulating hormone, anterior pituitary. So here option C will be the correct answer. Next question is enlargement of the thyroid is called. So the enlargement of thyroid is called as goiter. So option B is correct. Next question is which cells produce insulin? So the cells which produce insulin are the beta cells of the pancreas. So here option B is the correct answer. Now the alpha cells will produce the glucagon. Alpha cells will produce glucagon. There are delta cells. These will produce somatostatin. And the F cells, or we can say PP cells, these will produce the pancreatic polypeptide. Pancreatic polypeptide. Then next question is testosterone is secreted by. So testosterone is secreted by the Leydig cells. So option B is correct. Next question is which of the following is responsible for sleep cycle movement? So the sleep cycle movement is regulated by a hormone known as melatonin. So here option A is the correct answer. So it basically melatonin it reduces the quantity of follicle stimulating hormone and luteinizing hormone, and it acts as anti-gonadotropic hormone, and it regulates the sleep and wakefulness. Then if I'll talk about serotonin, So serotonin is a hormone which helps in vasoconstriction of blood vessels. Vasoconstriction of blood vessels. Then we can move to next question. The question is, which part of human brain is concerned with the regulation of body temperature? So this part is hypothalamus. So option A is correct. Next question is, glucagon hormone is secreted by. So glucagon hormone is secreted by pancreas alpha cells. Next question is, pituitary gland, also known as master endocrine gland, is under the control of. So pituitary gland is under the control of hypothalamus. So option C is correct. Next question is, all of the following are water soluble hormone except. So all of the following are water soluble hormone except the thyroid hormone. So option C is correct. Next question is, which gland controls vessel metabolic rate VMR? So the vessel metabolic rate is controlled by the thyroid gland. So option D is correct. Next question is, which of the following is not an endocrine gland? So sebaceous glands, these are not the endocrine gland, these are the exocrine glands. So option B is correct. Next question is, the endocrine gland responsible for the body's circadian rhythm is the. So for body circadian rhythm, the endocrine gland responsible is pineal gland. So here option B will be the correct answer. So with this question, this particular topic is also completed, which is the endocrine glands, endocrine system. So this topic is very important. Mostly the question will be asked from this topic. Now we can move to our last topic of today's video, which is the reproductive system. So in reproductive system, the first question is, the lytic enzyme released by sperm is. So the lytic enzyme which is released by the sperm is hyaluronidase. So here option D is the correct answer. So it basically catalyzes this enzyme basically catalyzes the degradation of hyaluronic acid, and this hyaluronic acid is found throughout the body in connective tissues, skin, and fluids in the joints and inside the eye. Next question is, name the first part of the duct system of the testis. So the first part of duct system of the testis is epididymis. So here option A will be the correct answer. And this is the small organ lying behind each testis which are attached to it. And it is the site for sperm maturation. It is a site for sperm maturation, and the process by which sperm gets its motility and ability to fertilize an ovum. Then next question is, fallopian tubes are also called as. So fallopian tubes are also called as oviducts. So here option A will be the correct answer. And the length of these fallopian tubes are around 8 to 13 centimeter. And if you can see the diagrams of female reproductive system like this, and this way, like something like this. So there will be ovaries, and these are those tubes which are known as fallopian tubes or oviducts. And the fertilization is typically occurs in these fallopian tubes. Next question is, where are sperms produced? So sperms are produced in the testicles. So here option D will be the correct answer, and these are the internal genital organs. Next question is, which of the following glands are present in either side of the vaginal orifice? So the glands which are present in either side of the vaginal orifice is Bartholin's glands. So here option A will be the correct answer. These Bartholin glands are also known as vestibular glands, and these are the two vein-shaped glands. And these glands secrete a clear and viscous fluid under sexual excitement. Then next question is, A human sperm may contain, so a human sperm may contain X chromosomes, Y chromosomes, XY chromosomes. So a human sperm can contain X and Y both chromosomes. So here option C both 1 and 2 is correct. So basically in females there are X chromosomes, and in males there are XY chromosomes. So one chromosome will be given by the female, which is uh, X only, and one will be from the male, which can be either X or either Y. If X will go, then the baby will be female. If Y will go, then the baby will be male. Next question is corpus luteum is maintained by. So the corpus luteum is maintained by human chorionic gonadotropin, that is HCG, and it is also known as pregnancy hormone. It is known as pregnancy hormone, uh, and it maintains a corpus luteum. So whenever there is a pregnancy test, so in that pregnancy test, this HCG, that is human chorionic gonadotropin, is checked. Next question is the diploid number of chromosomes in human body is. So the diploid number of chromosomes in human body is 46. 23 pairs are there. Next question is in vasectomy the cut out part is. In vasectomy the cutout part is vas deferens. So here option C is correct, and it is a male sterilization process. Then next question is the tube that carries the sperm out of the testis is the. So the tube that carries the sperms out of the testis is vas deferens only. So here option B is correct. Next question is which of the following provides passage for menstrual flow? So the passage for menstrual flow is provided by the vagina. So here option A will be the correct answer. Next question is the first menstrual flow is called as. So the first menstrual flow is known as menarche. So here option C will be the correct answer. So there are different stages for the menstrual flow, like menarche to menopause, So first menarche will happens in around 11 to 12 years. Then menstruation will start from 12 to 50 years, and then the menopause will start from 50 years till the death. Next question is duration of menstrual cycle is usually. So the duration of menstrual cycle is 28 days. Complete division for all the 4 stages we have already discussed. We can revise these 4 segments, like the first phase is menstrual phase, which is for around 3 to 5 days. Then the second phase is follicular phase, which is for 6 to 13 days. Third phase is ovulatory phase, which is at the 14th day. And the fourth stage is luteal phase, which is from 15th to 28th day. Next question is which of the following can lead to a menstrual cycle? So menstrual cycle can lead to unfertilized egg. If the egg is not fertilized, then this can lead to menstrual cycle. So here option B is correct. Next question is which pituitary hormone peaks during the luteal phase? So the hormone that peaks during the luteal phase is progesterone. So here option D is correct. Next question is the process of egg formation in the females is known as. So the egg formation process is known as oogenesis. So here option B is the correct answer. So oogenesis is a type of gametogenesis through which ova, which is also known as female gametes, these are formed and produce female gametes, that are the eggs, which is known as ovum. Then next question is corpus luteum develops under the influence of. So the corpus luteum develops under the influence of luteinizing hormone. So here option D is correct. Next question is, what is the inner lining of the uterus called? The inner lining of uterus is known as endometrium. So this term we have discussed many times in this particular section only, in the reproductive section, where we are checking the menstrual cycle. The different events happens in the menstrual cycle. There we have discussed like when the endometrium will break, when it will start rebuilding, and when this endometrium will thick. So these all events we have covered. Next question is, correct sequence of hormone secretion from beginning of menstruation is. So the correct sequence of hormone secretion from beginning of menstruation is, again, easily identify, like first follicle stimulating hormone, then estrogen will secrete, then at last progesterone. So here option C will be the correct answer. Next question is, the process of sperm production takes place in the. So the production of sperm production takes place in the seminiferous tubules. So here option D will be the correct answer. Next question is, which one of the following is incorrectly matched regarding the female reproductive organs? So incorrectly matched we need to identify. First one is ovaries. Eggs and sex hormones are produced. It is correct. Like in ovaries, eggs and sex hormones are produced. Then in oviducts serves as a site of fertilization. Oviducts are the sites of fertilization. Uterus serves as birth canal. So uterus is not serve as a birth canal. Basically, in uterus, the main function is to nourishment. Main function is to nourish the developing fetus prior to birth. So this is the main function of uterus. Then cervix, it contains opening to embryo or fetus. So yeah, this is also the correct thing. And apart from this, there is another term, that is the vagina. So vagina is also known as the birth canal. Birth canal. This term you can also remember. So here the incorrect statement will be the option number C. So this is the right answer. Next question is, usually the first movement of the fetus and appearance of hair on its head are usually observed during which month of pregnancy? So these different key developments in the baby are observed in the 5th month of pregnancy. So here option C will be the correct answer. So throughout the 9 months, there are different developments in different months. So actually this will be a very deep kind of thing, so mostly this will not be asked. So I'm skipping this portion. If you want to read, so you can simply check out any video. They will be explaining you in very detail, like how the first 9 months, like the 9 months of pregnancy, what are the key developments in the fetus. Next question is, correct sequence of embryo development is. So the correct sequence of embryo development is, first it will be a zygote, then it will cleave and it will become a morula, which is a 8-cell staged. Then after cleavage of the morula, it will become the blastula, which is uh, formed after the cleavage of morula. Then this blastula, after the gastrulation process, it will become the gastrula. So this is a correct sequence of embryo development. So here option A will be the correct answer. Next question is, after menopause, the production of which of the following hormones does not take place in women? So after menopause, the production of progesterone will not take place in women. So here option A will be the correct answer. Next question is, about which day in normal human menstrual cycle does rapid secretion of luteinizing hormone normally occurs? So it is on the 14th day. So here option C is correct. Next question is, what is the correct surgical method for preventing pregnancy in which vas deferens is correct? So this method is vasectomy, in which vas deferens is cutted, which provides the sperm which travels through which the sperm is traveled. And the other process is tubectomy, which is known as female sterilization. It is known as female sterilization. In female sterilization, fallopian tubes are blocked or cutted, and in males, vasectomy is the procedure in which vas difference is cut. Next question is, medical termination of pregnancy is considered safe up to how many weeks of pregnancy? So if anyone needs to terminate the pregnancy, so it is safe to terminate up to 12 weeks of pregnancy. The 12 weeks means up to 3 months. So here option C will be the correct answer. Next question is, gift, that is gamete intrafallopian transfer, mixes egg and sperm in the, so gamete intrafallopian transfer, it mixes the egg and sperm in the fallopian tube. So here option A is the correct answer. Next question is, which is incorrect? So first is, menstruation lasts 4 days. Menstrual cycle takes 28 days. Menopause occurs at 45 to 55 years. Ovulatory phase 5 days. So ovulatory phase is not 5 days, it is the 14th day in the menstrual cycle, which is the ovulatory phase. So this is the incorrect statement. Rest all are correct. Next question is, the cavity contained in Graafian follicle is, so the cavity which is contained in the Graafian follicle is antrum. So here option A will be the correct answer. So with this question, we are done with our unit number 2. This unit is also completed. All the important topics have been covered in this particular section. Now we can discuss the important topics in which I have seen the different MCQ questions from different exams. So first you have to study the skeletal system. You cannot skip the skeletal system part, in which the main bones, the largest bone, the strongest bone, the number of bones in different areas, so that you need to mainly focus on that. Second is the cardiovascular system, in which you mainly have to focus on the heart part, in which you need to learn like how the blood is flowing, from which ventricle it is flowing, from which aorta, like which chamber it is flowing uh, throughout the heart. So these things you need to learn in the cardiovascular system. The third one is the hemopoietic system. So hemopoietic system is also very important. In hemopoietic system, there can be a chances like the question will be asked from RBCs or WBC, like what is the lifespan, because these questions are quite repeated ones. So these you can always focus, and also on the blood clotting factors. So the names of blood clotting factor, that you can also revisit. Then after that, there is a central nervous system, mainly from the brain part. So in brain part, there can be a high chances like the question will come. So this is also important. Then in the sense organs, there will be very high chances that the question will come. Then now till now there are 5 topics I have shown you. After that, there will be a definite chance of question coming from the endocrine system, in which the different hormones will be there, like which hormone is secreted by which gland. So this type of question is very important. I have seen these type of question in each and every question paper. So these 6 you can mainly focus, and the rest you can see from the urinary system, and also you can see questions from the respiratory system as well. So these 8 chapters are very important. Rest in reproductive system, there are very less questions asked, but still there are chances. We cannot say anything, but still there are chances that question will come. But mostly I have given you the idea like which 8 chapters are very important, and which different topics are very important. So mostly I have covered most of the things here, but the syllabus is very wide. so maybe some things have been skipped, but most important ones have already been covered. So that's all for this particular video. Please share this video with your friends whosoever is preparing for this exam, so that they will also get benefit from this exam, and you all got the selection, and there will be a very high and healthy competition for this particular exam. And for also, if any other person, any other friend of yours is preparing for any other specific exam, so you can also share this series with him, because almost every topic is included in different exams, so all the topics are very important from this series for other exams as well. So by this statement, that's all for this video. We will meet in the next video. Till then, thank you very much.